here in Florida, when we had these demonstrations and potential rioting in June, I called up the National Guard immediately. We had people stationed by. We're not going to let this happen. But you know what? It's not enough to just play whack-a-mole, to say anytime anyone gets upset, they just get to go out and cause a ruckus somewhere. So I introduced on Monday the strongest piece of anti-mob violence, pro-police legislation in the country. And it's very simple. You loot, you're going to jail. You throw a brick at a police officer, you're going to jail. You tear down a monument, you're going to jail. If you block traffic or harass people when they're having to have dinner at a restaurant, you are going to jail. And if you have local governments that want to defund the police, well, guess what? Under our legislation, the state of Florida is going to defund you. This is a very difficult industry to succeed in. The margins aren't great. And if you go back to March, we were told 15 days to slow the spread. So that was, in Florida, we followed that. It was no dining restaurants, the bars, the gyms, no elective procedures, some of these things. And then they said, well, you know what, we need another 30 days. So 30 days to slow the spread. So we did that as well. And yet you have some people say, well, you can never do full what you want to do until there's a vaccine. Well, we don't know, hopefully. But now people are saying, hey, even if there's a vaccine, it's still going to take another year before you can operate appropriately. And I don't think that's viable. I don't think that that is acceptable. And so I think that this will be very, very important to the industry. And it also will be a recognition that they have worked as hard as anybody to create safe environments. In fact, the idea that government dictating this is better than them making these decisions so that their customers have confidence, I think is misplaced. So if you look under 20, the survival rate, if you're infected with COVID-19, according to CDC, is 99.997%. If you're between 20 and 49, the survival rate is 99.98%. So under 50, that is less than seasonal influenza in terms of the severity. Now, when you get to 50 or 69, 99.5%, that's more severe than seasonal influenza. It's probably real severe, probably akin to a real severe flu. And then, of course, 70 plus, 94.6% survival rate. That is really, really significant, and that is where most of the hospitalizations and the mortality have come. And so those experts agreed, and we've always tried to do this in Florida, and we're going to continue. But our focus is really going to be on those folks who are most at risk. Part of that is what we're doing with long-term care and nursing homes, but really it goes beyond that into the broader senior community. We're going to be able to do more things with some of the new testing that's come out. But then, of course, also knowing your risk and being able to govern yourself accordingly, which many folks in that age group have done a really good job of in Florida over the last many months.